What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the final episode of Akudama Drive. This one is titled Akudama Drive. No Season 2 announcement as of yet. So in theory, since this is a completely original work, in theory it would end here, or would be continued on in the manga adaptation, manga, whatever, that started alongside it, or just before it, in July. I have no idea what the case will be. So far, the story's quite a mess, so in theory, I don't think they're going to wrap up everything. There's still probably going to be some things left untouched. However, only two of our initial cast really are alive, and that's Courier and Swindler. Everyone else is dead, except brother and sister, of course, who are starting this entire journey. And I don't know how long that's going to last either, because the Shinkansen, as it arrived back into Kansai, yes, still get that mixed up every time. God damn it! Why did they have to pick two places like that? As they arrived back into Kansai, they had a particle cannon or something from the executioner to shoot at the Shinkansen, completely derail it, and essentially destroy it. Although I don't know if it's destroyed as much as derailed. So, assuming they were still on it, which they would have to be if they wanted to get back to Kansai, they're probably a bit messed up, and it's probably going to be a bit of a fight now to get out. And with just the two of them, I don't think they're going to stand a chance. Like, if the executioners seriously pulled their resources into this, they don't stand a chance. Just Swindler and Courier, they don't have the fighting power. Like, they barely held on with all the other Akudama they had. I don't think they've got much of a chance here, so I'm expecting probably Courier to die as well. It would be really ballsy if they killed off Swindler. That'd be really ballsy. I would not be surprised, though, actually, if they went and just had brother and sister survive, and then the rest of the Akudama killed, and normality returns, and maybe the secret of Kanto, which is that it's this basically construct where everyone's minds are uploaded into to experience eternal happiness forever. The reason they wanted brother and sister was to have immortality and everlasting happiness, because there was a finite nature to Kanto as it stands. So they wanted the infinite life thing to maintain that happiness perpetually forever. But they were denied that, and I assume they're going to keep going. And the whole Shark and Buddy thing was propaganda to separate the body and mind as you go through the absolute quarantine zone, so you could be uploaded into Kanto, where we almost were, but Hacker saved us, and he's unfortunately already part of it, so he's now moved on to the afterlife, essentially, leaving us just with Courier and Swindler. So, we've got coordinates to go to someplace that apparently no one really knows about and should be a utopia from pre-war, so who knows what it's like now. But I guess we'll see where those coordinates end up taking us, if we're going to go there. I assume that's what we're planning to do, but I feel like we've got one last fight with Pupil and I forget the name of the other executioner that's been tagging along. Was it Recruit, Rookie, something like that? Junior, that was his name, okay. So yeah, I assume we're going to have one last fight with them. Maybe the boss is going to get involved in an actual fight for once, I don't know. But in theory, all the executioners should be here and should, in theory, win. But I don't know how they're going to play it. So, let's get the episode up here, shall we? I'm very, very curious to see if there's going to be a winner. Like, will we survive? I genuinely do not know. If they want to continue a manga adaptation and go beyond where this story ends, at least one of these characters has to survive. But I don't know which one. Brother and sister, I think, are the more likely to survive. Swindler then next. Courier, I think, is the most likely to die. And maybe they're going to use that fact to pull a fast one on us and change it. I don't know. Because Swindler is the main character, essentially, of this group, even though it's been a main cast of 7. But I would not be surprised if she were to die here. But I guess we'll see. As per usual, though, these are time-based form reactions. Bottom left of the screen, you're going to see time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Now on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we will be in sync. We'll watch this one on Funimation as per usual, since that's who's licensed it this season. Just Funimation logo to start, so I'll call it out as it goes past. About 7 seconds of logos. You can also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when scenes are transitioning. Something in my eye. Something in my eye. I don't know what it was. Like a dust or something. Anyway, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Funimation. Cheers to that. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is after the Shinkansen attack. Yes. I don't think we're doing an OP. They're playing things over the front. Well, they're fine. They're immortal. Ooh. Ooh. You're not okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. What, you think you could just waltz back into Kansai as if nothing had happened? Just saying. Jesus, Shinkansen got fucked. Let's carry on. As if you're alright. Not really, it's their only means of escape. Yep, no OP. Oh, hi, Shark and Bunny. Didn't think you'd be back. Oh boy, why are you gonna spin it? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. So much propaganda. Mm-hmm. Jesus. I mean, at least you can say they're being somewhat thorough in their search efforts. Makeshift splint together. Hmm. Well, yes. Way more than enough, really. Yeah. And found? No, not yet. Jesus. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. That's one way to look at it, though. Yes. Hmm. Ha. Yeah. Oh. She gonna she's gonna sacrifice herself, isn't she? You ain't stalling him with a broken leg. Hmm. I don't think that act's gonna work long though. That lives up to her name, the swindler, the entire time. Yeah, you're the mastermind of the Akudama. Well, hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Swindling the entire populace again. I wonder. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Yep. Yep. But everyone saw that. I wonder if that's going to start something else here. I hate that I was right that she'd be possibly dying. That's where the serves you right came from. Oh, and obviously with the cross, okay. Is she pinned to the cross? She's going to be pinned to the cross, isn't she? Well, I wonder what type of metaphor they're meant to be showing here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they'd be spotted. I don't know about that. Jesus. Oh shit. Oh damn. What's the plan here then? How the hell do we get out of this? Oh shit. Oh shit. How is she the first one to actually go after him? Like, Jesus Christ. Finally, they got a hit. Oh, okay. Shit, guy. Tasteful cut as well to have her head not on frame. Who's this? Huh? Holy shit! Did not expect that. The people are rioting again, aren't they? The people are rioting. Holy shit. The people are rioting. Holy shit, Swindler. It worked. It doesn't feel right to be smiling through this, but that's all I can do. They all believed her. Yep. Hacker's final act. You can see the hacker symbol on their chests. Oh my god, yes. The propaganda they've been fed this entire time is telling them to go against you. Hell yes. I mean, what's the difference? Her and Hacker. Oh shit. Oh shit. 55 minutes till what? What's the chief gonna decide? He's not going to. Oh. Holy shit. Oh, is he gonna bring the whole thing down? Oh, please tell me the whole thing's coming down. Yeah, it is. Why it's coming down that way when he shot through the middle of it? I'm not gonna understand the physics of that, but we're gonna ramp off it. No, we're gonna swing off it. Now we're ramping off it. Nice. Basically a second rocket takeoff for them. Oh god. Jesus. City's gonna be in absolute ruins by the end of this. Hey, another nice transition. Broken moon in the background. Yeah. There they are. Not getting a full version, we're just getting that bit, okay. Random tree in the middle of nowhere. Huh? Shikoku, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get moving. Yeah, they are. So they're all gonna end up dead except for the two kids. Yep, they're all against the executioners. Basically a civil war. Please don't tell me she's gonna be alive. I hope she doesn't come back to life. I'm curious what this timer is, though. That's a cool shot. This music, though, as well. Jesus. Wow. I love the lighting when each one explodes. So nice. Of course, you gotta have two beams collide. Yep. I'm surprised the bike is that. Wow, he's still alive. That's not going to be enough. Can't take down one of them with that. This timer's got to be a complete EMP, right? That's the only thing that timer that hackers left can, or swindlers left. Surely that's the only way they do this, because I don't think... He's probably going to kill himself doing this, but he might actually make it work. Okay, it didn't work. EMP. Complete EMP. Knew it. It's the only way they were going to take that thing down. He's going to use his arm. Okay. I don't think that was necessary since it was EMP'd, but let's just make doubly sure. Wow. Well then. Where she saw them walking through the tunnel. Jesus, the city's destroyed. I don't think we have enough time to really see where they're going either. Well, there's Expo Park. Of course, it was in the shape of a cross every single time. Yeah, they're not going to show us what happens beyond that, are they? Yep, that was it. Akudama Drive. Well then, they have a way to continue it. Almost certainly in the manga, if anything. I don't think there's going to be a second season of this necessarily. You'd have to include a completely new cast of characters for that, of course. It's one hell of a finale, though. See, Courier dying, expected, I think, at this point. Swindler dying, Ipanjin, I think less expected. I don't think, with the way that most shows are nowadays, killing off your main character is not common. But considering how they did it, and her death was the one final act of playing into Hacker's plan and such, using the propaganda that's been present in all their lives for so long to turn on the execution division and use Ipanjin essentially as a martyr for that, makes sense. As soon as I saw that cross, I was like, oh, okay, that we're doing this then. 100% intentional that it was a cross shape, and that she gets pinned to by the executioners. The only thing that didn't happen was that didn't rise again 3 days later or anything. So maybe that's what happens in the manga. I don't know, but no, she's gone. Well then. Well then. That was quite the experience. That really was quite the experience. You don't get this type of show in anime too often, I don't think. Honestly, the one way I can really describe this, and depending on how you feel about it, will determine how you take this comparison, but I'd compare this show overall to, like, the Transformers movie. You know, Steven Spielberg ones. No, not Spielberg. Michael Bay. Michael Bay did Transformers, right? So, like, the original Transformers films from 2007. That's how I compare this to that, because, like, it's not the highest level of cinema or anime making out there, right? But it's very flashy, it's fun, dumb action. And it just works. It's very entertaining to watch, when you don't really have to have your brain on too much to really get it. Like, there are some bits here where if you had your brain on, you can see certain things, like the hacker drones in the Shark and Bunny stuff. Like, hackers' influence in that you could spot a little earlier on than most. But other than that, you don't really need to have your brain on to enjoy this, because it's an action. It is a true action anime, and you see that a lot now, I think, with series that brand as action. For example, not to hate on the show too much, because I've said my piece on it, but I'm Standing on a Million Lives. That's an action drama fantasy, but the action isn't really there. Compared to something else this season, though, that it does live up to it, is Jujutsu Kaisen. That is definitely action. That's very much proved it. But this is all-out action. Like, every episode has been action-packed to an extent, I believe. The first one was rescuing Cutthroat. The second one was dealing with the Execution Division for the first time. The third one was getting into the train. Fourth one, again, Executioners. Fifth one... I think fifth one was the first one that really didn't have as much action, but pretty much every single episode has been high-intensity action to an extent, which has been nice. But yeah, all of them dead, huh? I think we all predict... As soon as Hacker disappeared... well, not as soon as Hacker disappeared. As soon as Brawler died and introduced the idea that cast members can be killed off, I think we all started to see where this was going, because if you've watched, like, Kamiga Kill or something like that, you know that if they're starting killing off, like, important characters, there's a high likelihood that they'll kill off pretty much everyone except their mains. And that's what they did here, except Ipanjin wasn't even considered a main in that sense, and her death was to allow the true mains, being the masterminds behind this, brother and sister, to escape to... What was it? Shikoku or something like that? The island in Japan, Shikoku. Let me just take a look at the geography of it. Where's Kansai and Kanto in relation to that? Let's see. Kansai. Wait, where is it? Let me get an actual regional map here, that might help. This might actually help if I'm a bit better. That's not helpful either. Why not have a labeled one? There we go. That's Kanto, that's Kansai. Yeah, so they're going from Kansai to Shikoku over there onto the island. Got it. That makes sense. That makes a bit of sense. So what happened to Chubu in this instance? I guess that's just the wasteland now that the absolute, like, the bomb went off in this series, I guess, is what Chubu is. I guess Chubu is just a bomb site at this point. If I'm to understand that correctly. But yeah, anyway. Kansai Kanto all destroyed. I'd love to see a follow-up to this. Like, even if it's just like an OVA, I'd be kind of interested to see what happens to Kansai now that it's seemingly revoking the interests of Kanto. What more can Kanto do at this point? Because there's still the unanswered question of those mystery figureheads that were instructing Boss in the first place. Who actually are they? What's going on there? Like, what's happened? What is the rest of Japan thinking during this entire instant? There's obviously something in Shikoku. There's something there for them to flee to. Although it said, like, what was the wording by hackers? Like, someone no one knows or something like that? Or no one is aware of? Something along those lines. Someone can correct me on what the exact line was there. But yeah, I wonder what the rest of Japan is in this world. Like, did they side with either Kanto or Kansai in this war? Did they pick a side? Did they stay out of it entirely? Like, how did that go? Or is Kansai and Kanto the only remaining parts of Japan in this instance? Like, is Hokkaido still going on? Is, like, Okinawa relevant in any way? Like, again, what happened to Chubu? Like, why... Are they just rubble at this point? Is it just, like, the zone where you have to travel between the two? Like, I'm genuinely curious what the actual world is around this. Maybe the manga will go into a bit more detail on that in the future when it catches up to the events of the anime and such. Because I think I have to look this up. Akudama Drive manga. Let's see if I can find any information about it. Nah, I can barely find anything about it. But I think they're going... I think they're following the... Yeah, I think they're following along the... I think they're following along with the anime, and then maybe they're continuing afterwards? I don't know, but anime is obviously way ahead of the manga, because the manga's only just started, but I'll be interested to see if that ever does end up being explored in the future, so I'll keep my eye on that. But thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment on what you thought of the show's final episode, as well as the entire show in general. If you think my Transformers comparison is fair, or if I'm being insulting to either one of those franchises, please let me know. But that's just my initial thoughts on this show as a whole, having watched it. Very much enjoyed it. I don't know if it's going to be the greatest show this season for me personally, but I love the aesthetic of it. I love the animation style and visuals of it. I love the sound design of it. I like the characters that they built with it. The story overall, I think the story itself might be the weakest side of it, but like, that's not me saying it's a bad story in any way. I think it's just like, that's more like a 7 than the rest of the show maybe being an 8 or 9, maybe. I think that's just how I see it. I just think the story was the one thing that wasn't as strong as everything else in the show. So let me know if you share my thoughts on that. But thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe as well to see the rest of the full 2020 lineup that is wrapping up on the channel. Most of them are going to be over the course of this weekend, and I'll soon be doing my Winter 2021 preview of, at the moment, 27 shows, although technically 28, because I don't know how they're doing Gekidol, Alice in School, or whatever the hell that name is. I don't know what that project actually is, so it might be 28 depending on that. But thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.